Guilty. That is the verdict today from the jury in the Mark Norwood murder trial. Norwood will now spend life in prison for killing Christine Morton, a crime Morton's husband Michael was wrongly convicted of back in 1987. KXAN's Chris Sadeghi is in San Angelo with details on today's verdict. Chris?
723 days since Christine Morton was murdered, and her husband Michael spent most of those days in prison. But now another man will serve that time in prison, and Michael Morton says that's nothing to celebrate. 26 years of waiting, most of those spent in prison, came to an end when a jury delivered their decision in a swift 3 hours. There were a few tears and hugs, but nothing more.
This is no day for a high five or an end zone dance. Nothing that happened in there is going to bring Chris back.
You may call it long-awaited justice, but not everyone thinks so.
I am 100% plus confident. He's never been a violent man. He's my brother.
Mark Norwood's family says history is repeating itself, that Norwood is now an innocent man in prison the way Michael Morton was. If there was reasonable doubt, one thing erased it from Morton's mind.
I never heard any plausible explanation for the commingling of his DNA and my wife's DNA on that bandana.
But then, two families, two very different opinions, suddenly came together.
I'm glad I met you both.
Take care of yourself.
Two families forever tied by something as cold as murder still found warmth in each other's embrace.
You feel it, a common spirit between some people, and some people you don't. We do, I think.
In some ways, 26 years of pain can make everyone better.
The time has helped us heal.
A lot of the anger and animosity, but as prosecutor Lisa Tanner said, she believes that a wrong has been righted here today at the Tom Green County Courthouse. We're live in San Angelo. Chris Sadeghi, KXAN News.
Chris, thank you. And despite today's sentence, there's still a chance Norwood could get out of prison. Since the Morton murder happened in 1986, the law has to be applied as it was in 1986. And in that year, you could still receive parole for a capital murder. Norwood is getting credit also for time served, so conceivably could be paroled one day. And Norwood is also implicated in crimes that have not gone to trial yet. Jurors in the Christine Morton case heard how Norwood was indicted in the 1988 murder of Deborah Baker here in Austin. Prosecutors say it happened during a burglary. Also, Norwood suspected of trying to kill a woman after he broke into her Travis County home in 1990. Court documents show prosecutors warned the defense that they could bring up that case. The same documents also list a 1980 homicide in Tennessee, possibly linked to Norwood.